which is also deep within a bullish 5 minutes order block. Since price is currently in this support area, watch for either a firm rejection that confirms the bearish macro pressure or a reclaim of the nearby 29,136.00 level to shift the bias higher. Are you looking to see how price reacts to this support zone before making your next move?
Yeah, typically with the market open, I like to kind of let the ORB set, just see where the sentiment is. So I'm going to check back in with you periodically over the next few minutes to kind of see what you're seeing as far as the bias and if it has shifted with the open being set with the ORB.
That makes perfect sense. Letting the opening range, ORB, establish itself as a disciplined way to filter out the initial noise. Currently, we're seeing price trade at 29,122.94,
See that
hovering
rejection
right
there,
near
guys?
that ORB high of
Let's see how it handles.
29,139.75. The immediate trend is showing bullish intent on the 1 minute, but we have to respect the 5 minutes bearish macro trend. I'll keep a close watch on how we interact with that 29,139.75 level. As a sustained breakout, there would be the confirmation you need to see a potential shift in sentiment. I'm here whenever you're ready to check back in. What specific signs are you looking for to confirm the break?
I'm not entirely sure. Why don't you tell me, what should I look for? Let's see what he says while we're waiting. But see the rejection here,
You're
guys?
right to
We're
be
watching.
cautious. Since price is currently testing the ORB high at 29,154.75, you're essentially watching for a breakout and hold. In trading, a successful breakout occurs when price moves decisively past the resistance level and then uses it as new support, showing that buyers are in control. I would keep an eye on whether price can maintain its position above that 29,154.75 mark with strong volume, similar to the buy pressure we're seeing right now. If it fails to hold and slips back into the opening range, that's often a sign of a trap, where buyers get exhausted, suggesting the market might head back toward the lower end of the range. Does that help clarify what to watch for as the market develops?
I'm going to flip them over to quick, guys. We'll keep them a little short and sweet on it. But again, guys, so what I'm going to do, what I've kind of pivoted to lately is in the community, I'm going to give you guys kind of the guidance, what I see, the signals. See, we're getting that rejection attempt. And I'm going to ask him questions. So just kind of hear the questions, right, with the answer that he gives, because that's going to be leaning towards what my thoughts are as you guys are going through things, right? So remember again, playing the rejection off that 5 minute Lisma. So I was able to take a couple little short scalps on that for about 400. But that's what I was expecting, right? Remember when we came up here, the expectation was to come test that. It likes to come up and kiss it and then reject. So anybody take those shorts in the community? Just put a thumbs up. You guys don't have to talk. I'm just curious. Some of you I know like to wait, but I know some of you like to scalp. Yeah, good job. So now we're getting that break. Again, guys, this is a normal market push rejection that it's trying to do. This is critical because a lot of times when that fails, it's going to come create that lower low, right? And so we ended up creating our lower low, but we have to remember we're still in that ORB setup, right? And so we still can, we're trying to find that bottom of that lower range. And so we got to kind of be a little aware of our prior lows within. Looks like we got our prior ORB high at 68. So if we stay below 68, guys, do not take longs. Don't try to get this bounce because you're going to get wrecked. So now if we can get a bounce off of a lot of this area here, see the cluster of support, and it can reclaim something like that, you can try to take little scalps. You just got to remember, guys, don't try to go long, short, right? Stick to a bias, right? Stick to something that you're seeing. Because overall the macro structure is bearish, right? It's bearish, and so if you're trying to capture a bottom, and the floor falls out from beneath you, right, you're gonna get stuck, right? And you can ask them that. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I took a little bit of a short scalp on the way down. I'm advising the community not to look for a bottom right now because it could be really bad if the floor falls out from under us. Don't you agree? Until we see something confirmed.
You're spot on. Trying to catch a falling knife by picking a bottom before you have clear structural confirmation is incredibly risky. The sell pressure is dominant right now, and until price shows us a sustained reclaim or solid base, the path of least resistance remains lower. Staying patient and waiting for that confirmation is the right call for the community. Are you going to wait for a retest of the ORB low at 29,034.50 to see if it holds as support, or are you looking for a more significant structural shift?
And you guys, you can ask them certain things, right? Like, you know, be creative with it, right? So from an indicator, like I see a pretty good gap between the EU low and, you know, the 1 hour Lisma, right? So you can ask them that. I feel like we're in a cluster of support that might jump us, so my bias is more short, but I feel like it's not really that safe unless I get a push up or a break below that EU low, because the target of resistance or support, I mean, would be pretty low down to the 1 hour Lisma. Are you seeing that same thing, or is there anything I'm missing?
You are spot on. Price is currently lingering inside a 5 minutes order block, which often acts as a magnet for liquidity but makes for a very choppy, no trade environment until we see a clean exit. You're correct that the 1 hour Lisma, around 28,817.00, is a logical structural target if this support breaks, but I wouldn't chase the downside until we see a confirmed breach of the ORB low at 29,029.75. Waiting for that breakdown keeps you out of the chop inside this order block and aligns with your patient, confirmation-based approach.
And so again, guys, TradeVision is live. You guys can go in and get him right now if you want to come in and talk to him. He does crypto, futures, you know, stocks, everything. If we want to flip and check on something, watch. You can come in here. I'm just going to do it really quick. I'm going to check on NVIDIA. Hey, can you take a look at NVIDIA? Is it looking bullish or bearish on the macro? Because I know that heavily impacts my trading on the MNQ.
NVDA is currently showing a bearish macro trend on the 5 minutes and is trading below its VWAP at 221.81. With the 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes Lisma levels reflecting bearish pressure, the immediate setup is best described as choppy and weak. Given that NVDA is currently below its 5 minutes trend line of 221.47, it isn't offering a bullish tailwind for the MNQ right now. You're definitely right to watch this until we see a reclaim of that 221.81 VWAP and some positive volume. The pressure remains on the downside.
And guys, you can flip through these. This is what's so awesome about this, right? If you want to do you know, let's say I want to check something like gold, see how that impacts it. All right, well, while I'm waiting for this setup on the MNQ, can you tell me if gold has anything going on bullish, bearish that might impact it?
Gold is currently showing mixed signals. It's trading above its VWAP of 4,484.0, but it's facing significant downward pressure across most major timeframes. With the 1 minute and 5 minutes Lisma levels both bearish and the overall macro trend pointing
down, see the bounce on the cluster,
it's not
guys?
Providing a strong bullish lead for your MNQ setups right now. Think of gold as a secondary sentiment check. When it's struggling to hold structure like this, it often reflects a broader risk-off environment. I'd watch that 4,482.1 level. If gold fails to sustain support there, it confirms that lack of conviction in the broader market.
No, that sounds good. I'm waiting on my play here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce, it looks like, on MNQ. Can you tell me, has the pressure on the buy side increased recently? It looks like they're coming in.
You're right. That bounce is real, and the data confirms it.
Bounce is real.
Buy pressure has jumped significantly to nearly 68% of the total volume, which is a strong shift compared to what we were seeing just a moment ago. Price is currently testing the upper edge of that new bullish OB range at 29,085.00, so pay close attention to how it handles that level. If it can hold this and push past the 1 minute Lisma at 29,099.25, that could be the confirmation you're looking for.
Yeah, so again, guys, when I talk to him and I click to him, he's going to see the data at the time that I click it, right? So that's why the price is going to be in US when it moves fast, sometimes a little off, but the structure doesn't change, right? So you can actually tell him, guys, or ask him even things, right? Like this, like we were doing this earlier. It looks like we're getting a little bit of slowdown, but I'm being market open. I think I want to prioritize short scalps. I don't know that I want to do a long run kind of play. Can we focus the rest of this session on short scalps, aiming for between 10 to 20 point moves?
That makes total sense given the macro bearish trend. Focusing on short scalps is a great way to stay disciplined during the morning volatility. Since price is currently pushing against resistance, look for rejection signs at the 1 minute EM at 29,107.50, or the 5 minutes Lisma, 29,154.50. If we see a failure to push higher there, that's your trigger for a short scalp with your 10 to 20 point target in mind. Shall we watch for a rejection at those levels for your first scalp setup?
And so again, guys, he's going to break down that stuff. So you guys look at that, right? He wants to see a rejection come up here somewhere around that 54. And then if he sees that rejection, it would keep you in line with the macro, right? Or he wants to see and also a breakdown or rejection of that 29,107. So when you're looking at that, even though it's a 1 minute reference, right, we can go to the 15-second and see, do we get that breakdown? So we did get a breach of it, but we never actually got a full breakdown. And he's looking at this area here is why he's given the guidance of a potential target. So, so let's, keep going through, guys, and looking at it. As you see, this is a very big move here because we have the pull from the 5 minute Lisma on the micro. It ended up coming down, creating that lower low. We did get a push from a little double bottom that tried to break out. We even retested the neckline. As long as we stay above 85, guys, this has a chance of jumping pretty high. If we break below 85, it's going to come sweep this pretty hard, probably down to VWAP, just because of the invalidation. So if not further, but as of now, right, we're not there, right? We have a push, we have a rear back that's halfway, and it's trying to push again, right? So we're not quite there yet. So let's wait and see. Again, I'm not really looking to go long here, guys, because